and welcome back to my channel. So in today's episode, we're going to be making some baked pork ribs. We're going to marinate them first and let them sit in the fridge for about 2 hours, after which we will bake them in the oven. And of course, like always, I will show you the whole process of me marinating the ribs, of me putting them in the oven, and of course the final product. So let's start by marinating the ribs, and let's start by showing you the ingredients. So of course you're going to need some pork ribs. So these are just back ribs. Now you're also going to need some honey, just regular honey, some tomato paste, some Dijon mustard, not the green one, but the creamy one, some soy sauce, just regular Kikkoman soy sauce, just some kind of spice that you can use for pork or meat, some just regular white vinegar, also dry garlic, and just some water. You can use any kind of water. I'm just going to use bottled water today. So that's all the ingredients you're going to need to make this marinade for these ribs. So let's start by making the marinade. So first thing you will need is just a cup of water. So this is 1 cup of water. Place it into a bowl. Then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. And next, let's do 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of honey. You can always use a little bit more if you like sweeter kind of tasting meat. I don't really like sweet meat, so I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon of honey for this. And we're going to do 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Let's add some of the spices. So I really like garlic, so I'm going to add quite a lot of dry garlic. And like I said, any kind of spices you like with your meat. Could be a mix of peppers, paprika, or just a pre-made mix at the store, just good for meat or barbecue. I'm just going to put that. And the last thing we're going to need is some Dijon mustard. And we're going to use a whole tablespoon. So now we just want to mix all the ingredients together. Just really well. And then pour it into our ribs. And we're not adding any salt because soy sauce is pretty salty. So it should be enough salt. If you want, you can always taste it. And if you feel like you want more salt, you can always add a little bit more. Okay, so our marinade is ready. So like I said, let's pour it over the ribs. Now you just want to cover it with a lid, or you can use foil or saran wrap, doesn't matter. We're going to place it in the fridge for 2 hours minimum. You can do more, but 2 hours is usually good enough to get them marinated, just good enough to cook. So after I marinate them, I'll be back to show you and tell you how to bake them, and then of course show you the final product. So it has been 2 hours, the ribs are done marinating. So now we're just going to place them into a baking dish, and it needs to be a dip one. So you can place them and then cover it with foil. So let's just put them on the baking tray. Okay, so now you just want to cover it with foil. So you're going to cook 45 minutes covered in foil at 375 degrees. After 45 minutes, you're going to remove the foil and increase the temperature to 400 degrees and cook for about 15 more minutes. And in about an hour total, it should be ready. So once they're cooked, we'll show you how they look. Okay, everyone, so after 1 hour total of baking, the ribs are now ready. So let's see up close. So these are pork back ribs. They were marinated in a special sauce that you can see at the beginning of the video. And they marinated for 2 hours, and then we baked them for an hour total. So I hope you try and make these awesome ribs next time for yourself or your guests. It's a pretty easy dish to make as well. It tastes really, really good. And you bake it, so it's pretty healthy. There is not a lot of oil in this dish, just the fat from the meat. So I hope you try it out, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next recipe. Thank you. Bye.